She like the person that paid the bills, like your wife, while you were chasing this dream. She was holding down the fort until you became a UFC fighter?
Yeah, man.
Wow.
She was,
That's a good
man,
woman.
crazy, brother. But it's crazy. Like many times, man. I was in Brazil. We get married, and man, I don't even had the money for nothing, my brother. Like, I think the fighters, if you're watching this live, they know that, man. Like how hard it is, especially like the guys in Brazil. I have a lot of friends there, man. If you asking me how many guys was training with me in that days, reach their dream and become a UFC or Bellator or whatever, just me, brother. You believe in that?
Just so you, out of your friends, is the only one that made it to the big dance.
I was the only one. Of course, take it out the guys that was there already, like Jacare and all these guys. But the new generation, the guys that started like me with 0 fights, like, man, no one read that. All they stop, all is in Brazil is still there, working the regular job or whatever. It's crazy, man. But like I said, man, that girl, I look at her, man, I said, that's a person I want to be, strong like that, and that's a real champion for me. Because she opened the hand for her dream, for we live that my dream together. And we read that. So now we live that dream together. She make my dream her dream. And we're building that together. But man, like, I have a guy, like, if you see my Instagram, I have a guy like Rashad Evans. I met Rashad in 2016, around there. He supported me a lot, man. He sent me money when I was in Brazil. I didn't have money enough, and he sent me some money to help me out. He was the guy, the first guy gave me a fight in the United States, my first international fight. He paid my ticket, my flight ticket. He put me in on that show. Man, like, I have so many people around me, but my wife, man, she believed in me on the days I didn't believe in myself. I lost a couple fights in my life, and even my loss, he looked at me and said, man, let's go, get up. You can do it. You can read that. You can rise in your dream, and we're gonna do this together. Let's go. And say, Jessica, I don't have nothing, man. I don't have money to pay like something for you. And she said, I don't care about it. I choose married with you, and I know where you can be. Wow. I know that. You need to believe in yourself, like I'm believing in yourself.
That's an amazing story, and I can't help but think. So you get a shot in the Contender Series, and it doesn't go your way, right? So now here you are. You put all your eggs in one basket. You wanted to get to the big dance for your wife, and it doesn't work out. Now, of course, in the end, we know what happens. It works out fantastic for you. But what happens? So she's there to pick you up when you fall at the Contender Series? Like, what was going through your head at that moment?
Man, like, that was crazy, brother. That was crazy because after that fight, like, we changed the place we was live. We was in California at the time, so now I live in Florida. And when I get back, I fought in Las Vegas, and it was closed, like, from California. So I got a flight early morning after fight. That was Wednesday. The Contender is on Tuesdays. And when I get back home, I went in her office. She was working. And I look at her, she cried, and all this. I didn't even have a word to say. I fall, like I fail. That's over. And then she looked at me. I don't know what passed in her mind, but and then we was buy a ticket, and from the same day to come into Florida, because I had some friends from Brazil for our church. They're gonna start the project here for build a church in here in Florida, and I was I was too confident. Man, I'm gonna win this fight and I get my contract, and then we go to Florida to celebrate with my people there.
Wow.
That's the best, like the best plan. I made it. I lost the fight. I lost the ticket. My wife was broken, and then she looked at me and said, "Like, let's go there. I think we have some reason. God has some reason to put us in Florida, and let's gonna see what happened." And then we came for celebrate the defeat. And what changed my life, man? I mean, I was a week here. I get back to California, just first set up everything and moved down here without a job. She quit the job in California, and she said, "Hey, let's gonna go back to the plan. I met you, and we know our place is with the God's presence in the church. Let's go and let's gonna forget everything here in California. Let's gonna build it again. Let's gonna start it again. Let's go to Florida." And then I live in the apartment. My job, I had a gym. I was teaching jiu-jitsu back the days. I gave up. We drove here. Like 4 days, drove California to Florida. And,
wow.
And in the 4 days, I think, man, what I'm doing, man. What in my life, man. Man, I don't believe I'm doing that.
So while you're driving, you got to be like, your head's got to be all over the place, right?
Man, but one thing I had inside of me, that's I told you about the spirit. I have the faith, man. I said, I'm going the right way. I don't know how. I don't see nothing, bro. No job, no money, no apartment, nothing. Just the faith. It's crazy, man. The people like listen to me right now, they think like, this guy's crazy, but I think I was crazy at the time too, man. Because if I tell you, man, that just was faith, the real faith.
Yeah.
And then I came. Man, I arrived here in Florida like end of January, I think January 3rd from 2021. And 4 months later, I was in the UFC. I was a UFC fighter.
Dude, that's crazy.
Like, tell me, man, like, it's crazy, bro. Like, I just accepted the fight in the LFA for the belt. The belt's right here behind me. I just accepted the fight because I needed money to rent something for live with my wife. I didn't have the money. And then I said, man, I'm just going to get that fight because I need their money. And I accepted the fight for fighting in the Grand Prix, right? The 4 Mays, the Middleweight tournament. And the fight, I arrived here in Florida January 3rd. The fight was like 2 weeks after that. And they said, I'm not was training. I'm crazy, man. I'm just go for the money. And the guy get COVID, and they canceled the fight. They postponed to March. I fought a different guy. And these days, that was changed myself a little bit. And then I went in the first fight. I beat the guy, the All Mataval, and go to the final. Yeah, you guys showing that. And then I went to the final against Josh Friend from the belt, and I got the belt, bro. But if you asking me, hey Gregory, you after the first fight, so now you in the final, you think about the UFC? Man, UFC was on the back, bro. I got knocked out in front of Dana White, Mickey Maynard, Sean Shelby. How that guy gonna get a guy like that? They're not gonna get me. I'm a lose, man. I was knocked out right there. I forgot about that, about UFC, but my mind was on the belt.
That is a fascinating story. I'm looking at your Tapology here and see those 2 knockouts. So in the you didn't even think about the UFC. You're like, oh, I blew my opportunity. And then so what happened? So now the UFC they slide over to your manager or something and say, hey, we need you to fight.
It's great, man. Like, let me finish and then you're gonna understand. And
Okay.
then I got the belt, and Friday night, get a flight ticket, come back to Florida. The fight was in South Dakota. Came back with my belt, and the people from my church they make a party for me. We celebrate the belt and blah. It was nice and barbecue. My phone started ringing. That was a Saturday, like 7 p.m. in the night. My phone started ringing, and then I saw it was Ed Soares. Eddie is one of my managers. He had his partner George Guimaraes, and they working together. But Eddie is the LFA owner, and he called me, and I thought, oh, this guy just called me to ask about like how I am, and I get back to Florida, and then I got the phone and say, hey Eddie, man, how are you? And hey Gregory, tell me about the victory. And hey, Eddie, man, I didn't sleep last night, so now like in my head, I say, man, I'm a champion. I'm LFA champion. And he asked, oh, you didn't sleep last night? I said, no, man. I'm so happy, bro. I didn't sleep. And then, hey, bro, so maybe you're going to get one more night. No sleep. Not going to rest. Not now. And I said, but what? Why am I not going to sleep, man? And he said, man, you just signed up with the Ultimate Fighter. You in the UFC. I say, what?